Early voting in the November election starts Monday, and a new UT Austin, Texas Politics Project poll shows Governor Greg Abbott leading Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke by 11 points among likely voters. Dr. James Henson, director of the Texas Politics Project, is joining me now to share insights on the results. Dr. Henson, thank you for joining us.
Great to be back with you, Ashley.
First, run us through the numbers in the governor's race.
Yeah, we looked at likely voters this time, which is a different pool than we usually do because we're so close to the election. And as you say, we found Governor Abbott leading Beto O'Rourke by 11 points, 53 to 42, which is a pretty big lead, a little bigger than we've seen in some of the other polling. We were in the field October 7th to the 17th. And it looks like the races in Texas, whether that number is exactly what we're going to see on election day or not, which there's no way to be sure of at this point, but it sure looks like this election is beginning to look more like the kind of election we expected in Texas a year ago, where Republicans are enjoying really significant advantages over Democrats, in part because of the natural advantage that we expect Republicans to have in Texas, and in part because of a very tough national environment for the Democrats.
I want to talk about a key difference in this poll versus your previous polls, and it's that term likely voter. So the race has been tighter when you talk to just registered voters. So I want you to talk to us about the challenges that this polling really reveals Democrats are facing to winning, really any statewide seat in Texas, likely versus registered voters.
Sure. When we're talking about registered voters, it's exactly what it sounds like. We're looking at the broadest universe of registered voters. So we're sampling from the, roughly 17.5 million registered voters in Texas. Now, we all know that everybody that registers to vote doesn't show up and vote. And so as we get closer to the election, we try to find a way to approximate what the actual electorate is going to look like, which of course is a smaller universe. In Texas, as in most places, when you start reducing that universe to something that looks more like what we expect turnout to be, the sample becomes more Republican, just because Republicans as a group have a higher propensity to vote.
It certainly will be interesting to see how it shakes out in November. Dr. James Henson, director of the Texas Politics Project, we thank you for your time today.
You're welcome. As always, good to see you, Ashley.